When you send your kids off to school, you expect they'll be learning.
Oh, everybody all together. Museum!
What you probably don't realize is some of their lessons might hurt. What did you just see? Well, to explain, you should understand over the past year, Fox 6 News got a bunch of calls from parents who say their kids got roughed up at recess. Enough calls, it got us wondering. And it also got us watching. Over the past 2 months, Fox 6 set up surveillance cameras outside more than 50 elementary schools. The schools were chosen at random and represent 5 of the largest school districts in the state. Our undercover cameras focused in on the playgrounds. And on our first day of surveillance, within 5 minutes, this is what we caught on tape. It starts with 2 boys throwing punches on the playground, and some of those punches hit their mark. One of the boys then runs away, but he does not escape. Moments later, there he is again, surrounded by several other boys who are forcing him down onto the ground. Eventually, the boy curls into a fetal position, but his classmates do not go away. They hit him, they drag him, they push him, and they kick him over and over and over again. What you're watching is taking place in Milwaukee at Townsend Elementary School. It's all happening at recess, during school hours, in a corner of the school playground. The student lying on the ground is in 2nd grade. Eventually, he tries again to get away from his classmates, this time by climbing a fence. But when another boy reaches up and pulls off his shoe, the 2nd grader climbs down to get his shoe back. And when he does, it's only a matter of time before the punches start all over again. If it seems like all this is going on for a long time, it is. The altercation lasts 17 minutes. As you're watching all the punches and kicks, you might be wondering, where are all the teachers? There are actually 3 of them on the playground. One is right over there, talking to some girls. Another is fixing a makeshift basketball hoop. The third, standing by the school door. Not once do any of the adults seem to notice a little boy in distress. A little boy literally crying out for help. What we saw here, we would also see at other schools in Milwaukee. Boys and girls pushing and punching and kicking. And we saw it in other school districts as well. In Wauwatosa, we watch as one boy throws another boy to the ground. Not just once or twice, but 5 separate times. In Kenosha, a student tries to break up a fight between classmates while school staff look in the opposite direction. The fighting does not stop. In fact, it continues all through recess. Some of it takes place right in front of an adult. Still, nothing happens. Of course, the rough play then continues. That type of play happens in Waukesha, and it happens in Racine. Our undercover cameras observe students punching and kicking each other at more than 2/3 of the playgrounds we visited. More than 2 out of 3 playgrounds turned into battlegrounds by children getting little or no supervision. Is this just kids being kids?
No, not true. It isn't children just being children.
Dr. Tony Meyer is a child psychiatrist. He spent nearly 40 years studying child and adolescent behavior, and he spent an afternoon watching our undercover videotape.
I think that a certain amount of it is playful, bantering, but when you watch an encounter like that, and you see that the child that's being hurt isn't having fun, that the ones who are doing the bullying aren't smiling, aren't joking, and it's gone beyond a playful bit of wrestling or bantering, then it's a serious problem. And so they need more playground surveillance, or they may have enough people out there, but they're not watching. Think how frightening that must be for a child, knowing that the adult who is supposed to be the protector, the adult who is supposed to know most of the time what is going on, hasn't really picked up on it. It should have been a no-brainer for them to see and come over and break up that which was going on in order to make playtime, recess time, safe and secure.
On some playgrounds, we did see staff members on active patrol, stepping in to break up a fight. But most adults we saw on the playgrounds seemed distracted, more interested in talking to each other and less interested in watching kids. For example, look at Lowell Elementary School in Waukesha. From overhead, you can see the playground area is huge, and the kids are all spread out. Some are playing on the playground equipment. Others have joined a kickball game. Another group is running way over there by those trees. Now, can you find all the adults in this picture? Well, here's a hint. They're all huddled around the playground equipment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over there 7. They stay in that area for more than 20 minutes, and we see no one watching the rest of the playground. So what's the big deal? It's not really hurting anyone, right? Wrong. Students are getting hurt. At school playgrounds all over the area, we saw plenty of injuries caused by bullying and rough play. And for students, what happens on the playground often stays on the playground.
They don't want to bring this problem home because they know that perhaps the parents won't like it that their child has been taken advantage of. I don't think parents find out about it at all. I think that it's a very closely kept secret.
We wanted to make sure what happened on those playgrounds is not a secret. Once we videotaped kids roughed up at recess, we quickly called each school district so they could see what we saw. Coming up next, see what teachers and school officials say when we confront them with hidden camera video taken on their playgrounds. Is there enough adult supervision on the playground?
It looked like there wasn't.
Also, find out what terrifying secret this student was keeping from his parents and how you can learn whether your kids are being roughed up at recess. We'll be right back with the rest of our investigation.